So I thought I'd do a little short live video about how to make your own almond milk. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about how to do it, and it's so super simple, so I thought I would do it real quick since I need to make some. So anyway, I have soaked about 1.5 cups of almonds, and I know it looks like way more than that now because they're full of water. And you need to soak them for at least overnight. These have been soaking for about, I don't know, 36 hours or so. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to measure it out. And once they're soaked, it comes out to be a little more than 2 cups. Yeah, just a little over 2 cups. And then normally if you would make almond milk, like for your cereal or to drink, you would use 2 cups of water to every cup of almonds. But I make my almond milk as a creamer for my coffee because since I don't do dairy anymore, hey Wanda, since I don't do dairy anymore, the one thing I did miss was my creamer for my coffee. So I just make my own. And what I do is I put less water in it and it makes it a little thicker and richer. So I'm going to put in just a little over 2 cups of water to little over 2 cups of almonds. And it should normally be double that. But because I'm making it nice and rich and thick for my coffee, it's going to be less. I add some dates, fresh dates, to sweeten it a little bit. So we're going to drop a few dates in there. Let's go for 3. And then I add a little baby bit of, here it is, some organic maple syrup. Just a tad, like no more than a table, not even a tablespoon, just a touch. Just to flavor a little bit. And I've never done this, but I'm going to add some cinnamon. You can customize it any kind of way that you want. All depends on what you want to do. So I'm just going to put a couple dashes of cinnamon in there. And then we just blend it. You have to use a high-speed blender though, for sure, guys. I use a Blendtec. Just make sure it doesn't matter what brand, as long as it's high speed, because that really will, get all of the almonds ground up really good. So let's put that in the sink. And here we go. It's going to be loud, but it won't take long. Should do it. Give you a little peek into the inside of the blender. You can see that. I don't want to spill it over, but here, let's see. There we go. And you can see it looks really thick, and that's because the pulp and everything is in there. So what you're going to do after you blend it is you're going to take this little cute thing here called a milk bag. You're going to pop it in a bowl. And let's see if I can get this to point down in the sink so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move you a little closer and point it down a little bit, and hopefully that will help. All right, let's try it. So actually let me do it up here. Maybe you can see a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to take the bag, just pop it in the bowl, and I'm just going to pour the milk right into the bag. It's yummy and thick. So make sure your hands are clean when you do this, because you're going to see how the milk is falling through the bag. You're going to have to help it, and you're going to squeeze. See that? And as you squeeze, the almond milk comes through, but it leaves the pulp inside of the milk bag. So we're going to squeeze that all the way through. And it takes a minute. It takes a little, as my grandma used to say, a little elbow grease. But you just squeeze and squeeze, and you get the most beautiful, oh, that smells amazing. You smell the cinnamon and the dates and the syrup. And it doesn't make it overly sweet at all. I mean, actually I still have to use a little bit of sweetener if I want to in my coffee. But but it's very, very rich. You can use this for anything that a recipe calls for milk. You can use this. My daughter, when she was home for spring break, was making vegan pancakes, and she actually used almond milk and some of the almond flour that I make. I'll show you what I do when I'm all done with this, because I use the pulp and I make almond flour from it, and you can use that and substitute a regular flour. It's much, much better for you. You can pop bananas in, anything you want. You can make your protein shakes with the almond milk, and homemade is so much better. You know what's in it. It's only going to last 5 to 7 days because there's not all those additives and preservatives in it. So I make just enough to last me for 5 to 7 days, and then I make a new batch. So let's see. That's just about done. Maybe let's try to squeeze a little baby bit more. Make sure the milk bag is small enough too, because if it's too big, then it just gets kind of crazy and messy, and you really don't want that. Sorry, Mom, I had to decline you. I'll call you back. So anyway, so this is what you get. This is really beautiful, rich almond milk. And then I have my little mason jar. Let me rinse my hands off. It's kind of messy. Okay. So I put mine in mason jars just because glass seems to get much cooler in the refrigerator. I like it nice and cold. So all you're going to do is take this, and you are going to pour this right into the mason jar. And there you go. How beautiful is that? And there you have beautiful, yummy almond milk. So, when I'm done, this is what's left over. This is all the pulp. Let's see, I will just make a mess. Anyway, this is the pulp in the bag that's left over from the almonds. And I use everything. So what I do, I will turn you around this way. See that little cute little black thing next to the microwave? It is a dehydrator. So I take the dehydrator, yeah, it's got lots of different shelves in here. And so what I do is I take the pulp and I spread it out on the sheets of the dehydrator. And this will take up about 3 of these little shelves. Once that's done, I close it up and I put it on, it's like about 105 degrees. And anything that's dehydrated under 115 degrees is considered raw, meaning a raw food. So it's not actually cooked, which is in a much more nutritious state for you, I guess it would be called, and much better for you. So I put that in the dehydrator. You can let it go forever, literally for days or weeks, and nothing would ever happen. It will just dry out. Once that's done, I take it out. Uh-oh, where's my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Once it's done, I take it out. I put it in my food processor, and I add it to this, which is a big bag of almond flour. So that way nothing is wasted. So I hope that was informative. It's really easy. It's so much better for you than buying almond milk at the store, and it's way better for you than having dairy in your coffee or your tea or your protein shakes and smoothies. It's much, much better. It is yummy. It is rich. You'll notice after you make it the next day, it'll literally be separated because that's how thick and rich it is, and you don't need a lot of it either. Hi, Janae. Hey, guys. I hope you had a really good time watching. I hope you learned something, and look for the next ladies' night out in the kitchen. All right? Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.